My name is Angela Goldstein, and my company is Northgate Realty. We are a real estate company, boutique, small, based out of Bethesda, but we do services in the DMV. So we help people buy and sell houses in the DMV.
I love that.
Yeah.
And now your team comprises of you and your husband. Is there anybody else part of the team besides the marketing team? Yeah, I know about that,
the
ma'am.
marketing team. Yeah. So we are a small brokerage. So we have it's 7 of us in our brokerage. We're slowly taking on agents, but very, very slowly. And our goal is to be and always stay small.
Yeah.
So quality over quantity.
That's right.
Yeah.
And give me a little bit of a background about yourself and the real estate brokerage that you have and how it came to be.
Okay, so background on myself, I started in real estate in 2003 in the title side, and then transitioned and got my real estate license in 2012.
Okay.
So I've been selling houses since then. And right during COVID, we were working for another national firm, and I told my husband we were working together. And I just told him, like, let's just go and do our own thing. None of the companies we were working with were aligning with like our views, and we really wanted a place to feel like home. So we created our own company, and so I love it.
Yeah.
So our mission statement is from our home to yours. So we don't really have a specific location or specific price point, but we want everybody to find a home and find this level of joy that we were able to find in our home and give that to people through real estate. So that's kind of like our mission.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love that. I think that's great. Can you tell me a little bit about what were some of the things that you felt like they don't align with our views, or real estate, a brokerage is missing maybe this and we can provide that, we can do that. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
A lot of the emphasis on the national brokerages, it's on the company itself. Whereas like we wanted to put the emphasis back on the consumer, back on the person. So our company is just different because we're just so personalized. So every person has a marketing plan, like everything is very personalized. So so we truly care. And oftentimes like we end up becoming friends, or friends become clients, and then there's like,
absolutely. And
a lot of overlap.
Of course.
Yeah.
I know that you said, as far as for your team and your brokerage, that it's quality over quantity. Talk to me about that and what you're looking for when people are coming on board to join your team, and what you're looking for. What does the ideal candidate look like?
So for us, an ideal agent is somebody that chooses integrity over anything else and is so caring for the client, and somebody that above any paycheck is just going to go the extra mile for them. We have great systems that we put in place to make sure that all of our processes are done correctly and everybody's satisfied. So we are looking for talent, basically. We're looking for people that truly care.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where we focus on, rather than having somebody that maybe is a top producer right now, but they don't have the heart. So we need somebody with the right heart.
The heart. Yeah, I love that.
So culture above, culture and vibe in our office, they have to fit that,
I like that. Thank you for sharing that. My next question is about marketing. I saw that you're really good about posting online, which is impressive. I love that. Can you and then you guys also have like an introductory video on your website, which I watched, and it was so beautiful. I was just like, oh my gosh, like Mr. Goldstein's story is incredible.
Yes.
So I would like to know, what advice would you like to give to other business owners or entrepreneurs who are trying to start their own business?
For us, it was about defining our value and our mission. And then from there, everything had to fit into that. Yeah. So how can we then offer a better consumer experience? So for us, it's been about really kind of taking control over our processes and how we're treating our clients. So I think that would be my advice. You have to really truly care for people. Yeah. And then it all starts there. Define your values. And then things kind of like fall into place where they need to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then for marketing, what tips can you give? Because I know for some people it's hard to be or to get in front of the camera and film. And talk to me about why you think that it's important for real estate agents to be in that social media game, putting themselves out there.
Listen, I'm not from the US. I was born in Colombia. I have an accent. I'm very self-conscious.
I can't even tell.
And I always thought, oh my God, I'm not going to get in front of the camera. I'm not going to do a video. And don't know. I met Lee, my husband, who's, we started our company together 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago. And he has taught me a lot of things. And I think it's just more like be yourself and like just don't apologize for being yourself. And people will fall into your life that need to be there. Yes. And the ones that are the naysayers, they just kind of fall out of your life and you no longer care about,
yes,
other people's opinions. So you can let that go. And so that's how I now do my videos.
That's beautiful.
Who cares?
I love it.
I might not be perfect, but it's fine. I'm doing something.
Yes.
Yeah.
You surely are.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, how did you guys meet, you and Lee?
So we met at work. We met at a company happy hour. We were, it was like a quarterly thing we worked for the same company. He was one of the partners. I had a real estate team there with somebody else. And we just met at this party and we talked and we became friends. And we worked on different transactions together. Fast forward 2 years later.
Yeah.
We actually, I got divorced. And then from there, we just started dating. But we had been friends for such a long time that it was like, it's really a relationship based on friendship. Mm-hmm. So we were, I don't know, I love him.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I wanted to know because the story was incredible. I was like, I need to know more about this.
We got married last year in, 2023. Sorry, I'm like,
it's okay.
When did we get married? March 4th, 2023. And so we've been married for a little bit over a year and we love it. I mean, I still feel like it's like a honeymoon,
So congratulations to that. Yeah. That's awesome. And now I would like to ask you, what have been some of the challenges that maybe you and your husband have faced when it comes to the real estate industry or maybe with home sellers or like the inventory, the market? What have been some challenges for you and how have you been able to overcome them?
Challenges is making inventory for people that are looking for something very specific. So we have ways to getting off market properties for people. We reach out to communities. We try to find something that isn't there, right? And then for some of the properties that are on the opposite, end of the spectrum, where it's like a seller that maybe has a house that isn't selling or things like that, then we try to come in and make the houses more, to appeal to more people. So we will freshen them up or we will update the marketing or see if we can get it out to more people. We send out, throughout different marketing strategies. And so we help people that way. It's not just the house, right? There's a lot of components to that.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And then what's the most unexpected thing that you've learned about yourself since starting in real estate?
The most unexpected thing. I do really well under pressure. Like I think that's the most unexpected thing. Like sometimes you're like, I don't think I can take anymore. And then it's like somehow you just persevere. Yep. Like being able to bounce back, there's a problem. Put out the fire. Package it all nicely for your client. Let your client receive it in a way that, so all of that, I think that's the most unexpected thing. Like being able to take on.
Yeah. I love that. You can also realize that too. You're like, oh my gosh, this is me. Like
it's all over, I'm like, wow, that was tough, but I did it. Yeah.
Sometimes you need that pressure though. Like I feel like that pressure sometimes is like, I hate it, but it helps me get things done. I'm just like,
I feel like I used to be a lot less resilient, and real estate has made me really, really resilient. Yeah.
That'll do it, right? Yeah. And then, in your opinion, what's your secret weapon for closing deals? Is it charm, market knowledge, or maybe something else?
The secret sauce to closing deals, I want to say yes. It could be honey. You get a lot with honey.
Yeah.
Put the honey, not the bee.
The bees are coming.
Yeah. So I think that is one way that I've gotten a lot of things done for my clients is through being professional and being nice, and that goes a long way.
It does. Being nice.
It really does go a long way. And I also think that I'm a really good negotiator. So I get my way.
Yeah.
I get my way.
I love your laugh. What? It's so cute.
Thank you.
I'm a fan. And then let's see. I got to pull out all these questions. I try to switch them up because we have so many realtors. So I'm like, Let's see. What's the most unique feature of a home you've sold in your market that you can recall?
The most unique feature? Well, definitely like weed growers, like they have like the, I think that was the most unique.
That is very unique. I'm sure.
Like there was one house with like the lamps and
They
or
didn't
like an
remove
indoor. No, like if somebody wanted to grow their own plants, the setup was
that
there.
Came with, what? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That
was unique.
That's so thoughtful of them to just have it there. They wanted to pursue and continue that. Love that.
Right. They wanted to garden and they could.
Then they could. Thanks for sharing that as well. And then let's see. What are some of the most important factors that buyers and sellers should consider when choosing a real estate agent to work with, in your opinion?
I think they need to interview the agent and they need to have chemistry with the agent.
Mm-hmm.
You can't buy a house and feel comfortable if you don't trust your agent.
Yep. Right?
There's going to be so many gut decisions that you have to make on the spot. And you have to have a really good trust with your agent in order for you to feel good about everything. And it does. It works. When the chemistry's there, when the trust is there, you can tell your client, okay, here's the issue. Here's how we're going to fix it. Here's your options. And then they listen to you and then everything becomes smooth. Yeah. Or you can anticipate something before it even happens. And so, but the trust has to be there.
Yeah. And both ways. Because sometimes, a client sometimes can be like, oh, I love my agent, but I don't know. I'm kind of scared to ask them this question because they seem super smart. They're saying all these words. I don't know. And I don't want to look dumb. Right.
And as an agent, I have to have that chemistry back with the client, right? Because I need to know, somebody will tell me, I want 3 bedrooms, 2, that's very easy. Like a computer can look for that. But my job is to, why are you moving?
Yeah.
What kind of neighborhood do I see you living in? So it goes beyond a questions that a computer could ask.
Yes.
Beyond a search that somebody, because nowadays anybody can go online and do a search.
Yeah.
But it's more like, is this the right house for you? Do we think it's the right investment for you?
Yeah.
What are the comps in the community? Is it over? It's not, it becomes, you become an advisor to that client in that moment. And if you don't have the trust. So my advice to buyers or sellers, interview your agent and get comfortable with them before anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wise words. Thank you. Yeah. And then how do you stay motivated and inspired in your work as a real estate agent? And what keeps you passionate about the industry?
What keeps me motivated is seeing people get their keys. Like there's nothing like that. There's no paycheck. There's nothing that, could be a family, anybody, first-time buyer. It doesn't matter who it is. When that person gets the keys to their house and you just know their joy, that's it.
Making their American dream happen.
That's it. Knowing that they're going to go on and build some equity in this place, that they can maybe then later on sell and move on. But real estate is one way to build wealth. One of the, the safest ways to build wealth, right? Generations have done this over and over. To me, it's like such an important part of the American dream. And to be a part of that, that's my why. That's what keeps me going. Yeah. Like when the cases sometimes get hard or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like getting to that finish line, getting the buyers those keys. That's it. That's it.
I love that. Mm-hmm. And then where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as a person and with your business?
As a person, continuing to grow. I have a lot to grow. So continuing that, continuing to become more educated in the latest trends in real estate, all the trends, all of that. There's a lot to learn in there. And in my company, I see us with some more agents, not too many.
Mm-hmm. But a nice number.
And I see us just continuing to grow our production in the DMV and making an impact in the community. Yeah. Every time we are trying to partner with more nonprofits and every event that we're doing for our clients is doing something for the community. So my goal is to be more impactful as a company and as an individual within the community.
That's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah.
And then as far as boundaries go, because I'm sure you and your husband are probably workaholics, or sometimes maybe it can be hard for certain people to find time to be like, yes, I love doing my job. I love my job. But sometimes you got to step back and be like, okay, I need to focus and be more present here. What do you like to do to set boundaries, and what do you like to do to relax?
So workouts are sacred in my life for me and my husband. We do powerlifting 2-3 times a week. Wow. And then I teach Zumba twice a week. So I get cardio, I get weights. That keeps me sane. that's like pretty much the biggest self-care that I do.
Yeah.
I also like to paint. So I do like abstract stuff. I'm not a trained painter or anything, but I just do it for fun. So that's kind of like my self-care, you know?
Yeah.
But I do every week set time for those things.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's great. That's so
and then
important.
It brings me back to like, so I can like bring this in to my clients.
So you can get back to like the grind, right?
Right.
Everybody
and then I
needs
can be the calm, because throughout a transaction, I always try to be the calming force, like the soothing, the calming, the, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it keeps, I need a refresh.
Yes, ma'am. Is there anything maybe that I have not touched on that you would like to share maybe about yourself, your family, your industry, anything at all?
Anything that you haven't touched on? Let's see. We're very big in charity. So right now we are doing, we're doing a toy drive right now. I would love it if, people could contribute to our toy drive. Go on our website, go on our Instagram. Information is on there. But we're always doing some sort of charity thing. So that would be my big ask.
Yeah.
If people could follow us and get involved in their community.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else?
No, I'm just trying to make sure we get everything, but I love that. Why is it so important for you to give back to the community? Because
I feel like we've been going through, we had COVID, and a lot of things kind of woke up inside of me during that time. Like, we are so lucky with so many things that we have, and so many of us aren't. And it's like local, it's very, so I think that it's important for us to make money and to be successful and all the things.
It's part of life. We do need that.
But it is very also important to me to leave this place in a better, like to live the world in a better place. And not to sound cliche, but it really is than when I found it. Yeah. Yeah. No. Then when to try to do something for others, to be impactful, to, that is, agree. Yeah.
In any way that you can, like if you have the means to, or if it's just in a small way, or maybe
just volunteering or something, being kind to another person, it could be something small.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. And then you have, I think, 4 dogs. Talk to me about that. Why are you getting 4 dogs? Are you okay? No, I'm just kidding.
So we asked ourselves the same question, like, what is wrong with us? So I don't recommend. Okay. I don't recommend anybody having 4 dogs. Please don't go have 4 dogs. We have a blended family, and we, everybody comes with, so no family member like gets left behind.
Yes, I love that.
So we have 4 dogs. We have 2 older ones, 2 younger ones. So yeah.
And they're your marketing team. I love that.
They're the marketing team.
I thought that was so great.
Brilliant. They're great. They keep our house full of dog hair, which I have to clean a lot.
Yes, so. Me with my cats.
But they are so sweet. We love them.
We're big love, dog right?
people. Yeah. It's just unconditional love all the time. Having a bad day, I lay on the floor.
They lay on the floor with you. And
they just all kind of gravitate towards you, lick your face, whatever. And like in 5 minutes, you're like, okay.
Everything's good.
Everything's good.
You're their world, literally.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's just nothing like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. So my final question, I ask everybody this, but do you have a quote or a saying or a verse, maybe from a song or the Bible or anything that's inspired you? And would you like to share that with our listeners?
Dr. Wayne Dyer. If given the choice of being right or being kind, choose kind.
Dang. That's a good one. I never heard that one. Mm-hmm. Holy moly.
I think we're so worried about being right all the time.
I think you're right. I definitely need to take note about that and put in the back of my head here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Mm-hmm. This was fun and
this
a
is
pleasure.
Great. This is amazing. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.